Happy Halloween, everybody, and welcome to this edition of for FSU Weather. I'm student meteorologist Troy Fields.
And I'm student meteorologist Nita Vlad here. Today we're going to be bringing you your trick-or-treat forecast as we head into the next 30 minutes.
Are you going trick-or-treating, Nita?
I will not be going trick-or-treating because I have an exam in the morning, but are you?
No, unfortunately, I haven't trick-or-treated since I was a little kid, so it looks like it's going to stay that way, but so I'll probably be heading off the store and just buying some candy so I could at least have that, alliteration of say I got candy for Halloween, so.
But we are looking into seeing some weekend snow forecast for the northeast of the United States.
Yes, and that is associated with that humongous storm system that is moving across the country, which we're going to talk about later in the show. But as far as the Northeast is concerned, they're going to see the possibility of some snow showers towards the weekend.
Definitely, and there's going to be not very much snow dumped, but there is going to be enough snow that is going to make the roads icy and conditions kind of dangerous if you are driving.
Yes, and the best chance for any real accumulations, which is going to be up to an inch or two, is going to be in the higher mountains, especially in the New England area, anywhere from the Adirondacks towards the Green and White Mountains. So, like you said, folks, in that region, it's not going to be too dangerous, but you're still going to be careful out there on those roads.
And if you are heading out there, definitely be careful, put on your snow chains. But we are going to see things out across the nation here in just a second as we see that the storm front is going to be pushing through and a high pressure area is going to be dominating most of the western part of the country. We are going to see that storm front moving through. It stretches across most of the eastern plains and the eastern coast is starting to head out into the rest of the area. We are going to see storms approaching, becoming kind of dangerous for the area, and we will see them come into Tallahassee probably tomorrow in the afternoon. Should clear out by the time the game starts on Saturday. But we will see as we zoom in, nothing much across the spine of Florida, but we are going to see the clouds are going to start to build up as that storm front approaches and is going to be heading in quite soon. And we will see the weather headlines. So it's going to be fantastic out. Dry Halloween evening tonight, rain showers returning into Friday. Dry out for the game day though. And we will see tonight's forecast, 67 degrees. Clouds are going to start to build tonight as you go out trick-or-treating. It's going to be a little bit muggy, but it shouldn't be too much to worry about. We're not going to be seeing very much rain across Tallahassee. So what do you think about that, Troy?
Well, great news for folks that are in trick-or-treater. Once again, I won't be trick-or-treating, but for those of you that are going trick-or-treating tonight, I hope you have a great time. But we're going to talk about something that happened on this date 22 years ago.
Yes. The Perfect Storm movie came out in 1991 because of an extratropical system that turned tropical into a nor'easter.
Yes, actually the Perfect Storm happened itself in 1991, and basically what happened was that we had Hurricane Grace that merged with the extratropical storm system, and two combined together to create a really huge storm that affected the New England region.
Yes, definitely, but we're going to send it back out to the wall for the moment.
Thank you guys. You shall not pass and all that. This is Gandalf with your local tonight. We saw a high of 83 degrees in the capital city today and a low of 61. So after our cold snap last week, the temperatures are getting back up there and it's also getting muggier. For instance, it's currently 77 here in Tallahassee with 71% humidity, and that's pretty considerable right now. It's going to get sticky this evening. Not wonderful conditions, but at least it will be dry. Here we see the clouds, the front that's moving into our region like a battalion of orcs. It's sliding over Alabama right now, and we're seeing increasing cloudiness as the day progresses. But as for precipitation, we're not getting any yet. Our radar indicates that perfectly. Dry, just a little interference reading there, but no concentrated precipitation in sight until later tomorrow. We're going to get to that in your 7-day forecast. Broadening our scope across the whole southeast, Alabama remains fairly dry right now. Not a drop of rain on our radar there. And we bring it back home and focus in on the current temperatures for the Big Bend region right now. Again, it's 77 in the capital city, and temperatures are staying pretty uniformly in the upper 70s, even reaching 80 and 81 there in Bainbridge, as 80 also out in Wilma this evening. And our current dew points, and this really tells the story for what we're feeling out there right now, 67 in Tallahassee. And the closer these dew points get to 70, the stickier it is out there. And as you can see, we've already broken 70 there in Carabel, which is at a dew point of 71 right now. And that's due primarily to these southerly winds coming from the ocean, bringing these noticeable winds of 7 miles per hour, 13 up in Bainbridge. And these winds are all pointed north due to this cold front that's moving into our region. Here for Halloween we have pumpkins and it will be dry, but the cold front presses into our region again like a battalion of orcs, and it's going to bring us lots of precipitation, lots of rain. We're going to say that it's going to start tomorrow about 11 o'clock in the morning. It will definitely be raining overnight on Friday, that's a guarantee. And then by 8 o'clock a.m. on Saturday as game day kicks off, it should be cool and dry, with sprinkles diminishing as we prepare for our awesome game against Miami that evening. Tonight, however, it's going to be 67 in the capital city. It's going to be muggy as we go out trick-or-treating or to hang out with friends in costume, whatever we're going to do this evening. And then tomorrow, as the rain begins to kick into our region, we will climb once again to a high in the 80s at 83. We're saying with a 60% chance of rain as thunderstorms begin to move into our area as Friday progresses. And for the week ahead, we see temperatures beginning to cool down a little bit, highs in the 70s over the weekend as rain chances diminish for a clear start to next week. And now let's send it off to Jay for a look around the southeast.
Thanks, Shane. We look at today's high temps. It's been very hot, very humid weather so far. 83 at Tallahassee, 85 Orlando. But Savannah, you're sitting at 83. And if you go to Orlando and Topilo, you'll be sitting at a very nice, comfortable 74 and 73 degrees, respectively. As you look at 24 hours, Montgomery and Orleans, you had goose eggs today. No temperature change at all. But Tallahassee, you went down 5 degrees because that cold front coming in. So overall, it's been very nice and cool weather for Tallahassee. As you look at the current temperatures, 77 Tallahassee, 80 Orlando, Miami, you're standing at 82, and Key West, you're sitting at a nice 81 degrees. New Orleans, 79 degrees, not that bad either. As you look at the satellite radar, that cold front, it started bringing a lot more severe thunderstorms. So if you're in Mississippi or Louisiana, make sure you're prepared that severe weather is coming your way and is affecting you at the moment. As you look at the watches and warnings, as you can see, we have severe thunderstorm, flash flood watch in effect. And tornado watch, you are under that box, so hopefully you are prepared and ready. Make sure you stay tuned to us and to the news for later updates. As you look at the future cast right now, that low is still bringing severe thunderstorms right now, so hopefully you are prepared and ready for it. As you go into late Friday, as Thursday, we start making our way over to Tallahassee, so if you have any plans Friday night, make sure you stay ready, make sure you are prepared, because that weather will be affecting us. But if you're going to go to game day, it won't affect us because our game against Miami will be at 8 o'clock, so it'll be nice, cool weather overall. And you look at tonight's forecast, 67 Tallahassee, 69 Orlando, Miami, you're sitting at 76, and Key West, you're sitting at a nice 77 degrees. Savannah, 64, you're getting a little bit cooler because that cold front coming in, but nothing anyone can't bear. As you look at tomorrow's forecast, 82 in Tallahassee, 88 in Orlando, 87 in Miami, Key West, at 86. Now, hopefully you stay well prepared for today, and tonight, hopefully you have a lot of fun activities later on. I know I will be trick-or-treating and enjoying my night. Let's go to Nina and Troy with our severe weather.
Alrighty, thank you, Jay, and I hope you do have fun trick-or-treating tonight. But we're going to talk about, as we talked about earlier, the humongous storm system that has affected the country now, and the warm side of it is the severe weather side, Nina.
Yes, I am seeing right now that it is pushing through the parts of the east, and I know that my mom is in Tennessee and she's looking at some severe weather right now.
Yes, and what happened earlier this morning so far is that we had reports of 60 mile per hour wind gusts in southwestern Oklahoma, and we also had reports of flash flooding around the central Texas region, and that is expected to progress eastward in the coming hours.
Yes, and hopefully we will be able to keep an eye on that and make sure that you stay safe as we head into game day and tomorrow.
Yes, and we do have, associated with that storm system, we do have some warnings to talk about, which I'm going to show you in just a moment. And where you see the box in the red, folks, that is a tornado watch. And what a tornado watch is that conditions are possible and favorable, in fact, for tornadoes to form. As you see, it's located right along the Louisiana Mississippi coast. And again, in tornado watch, conditions are favorable for tornadoes to form. So you want to be on the lookout, just for if tornado doesn't form, just be safe and just take preparations in case a tornado warning does occur. But for the time being, we don't have any tornado warnings at the moment, so that is good news right there. And once again, there is that, really just a mess throughout the entire country. That's that humongous storm system that is affecting the entire East Coast. I'll stop it away. We're going to focus on the southeast for just a second. You see once again where the cold front is pushing eastward, and we had reports earlier of a unconfirmed tornado right around the Lake Charles area, and so really, it wasn't a storm tornado, but you could get an idea of what's been happening over the past day or so. So really, if you're traveling along I-10, just really take it easy because that storm is moving on to the east and really extended it up northwards. You see really just more of the same as far as heavy rain, traveling along I-65 through Huntsville, Nashville, even towards Louisville. If you're traveling there, just take it easy along the rain and really extending even further north, really just more rain and unsettled weather. So pretty much the whole story is the entire East Coast is seeing effects from the storm system and really just trucking along towards the east. You see it even extended all the way to New England. As I talked about earlier, as we head in towards the weekend, they may see the possibility of some snow showers. So that's something to look forward to for those of you that are not a big fan of the rain. And look at your Doppler radar once again. Here's a broader look at what's happening across the country. Lots of unsettledness across the east. So just be on the lookout for any inclement weather there. But as far as airport delays is concerned, as I mentioned, if you're traveling along the East Coast, no confirmed reports of delays right now, but you want to check the air traffic carriers just in case any delays do happen. But as far as current conditions are concerned, a mile across the southeast, 79 degrees in New Orleans. But for tonight, for your spooky forecast, 75 degrees in St. Augustine, 81 degrees in Key West, and very cold in Casper, Wyoming. So really all around, just wear appropriate clothing if you're traveling, for your weather. Futurecast temperatures, stepping on it out, we out towards Thursday, will be cooling down into Friday, and, we're going to take it out to Nicole with your local. Nicole, are you going to trick-or-treating tonight?
Thank you, Troy. Sadly, I am not. I am being a good meteorology student, and I'm staying in to study, so this is my fun trick-or-treating time right now. Today, we reached highs of 83 degrees, those beautiful conditions. I hope that you enjoyed it because the rain and chilly temperatures are on its way. We reached 61 this morning, which is a big difference from what we were seeing last year at this time, where we dipped down into the 30s. So don't worry, you'll have a beautiful night tonight. Currently, it is 77 degrees in Tallahassee under partly cloudy skies. That dew point has jumped up quite a bit to 67 degrees. So that's why you're feeling a little bit muggier out right now, as those winds are flowing from the south, bringing in a lot of moisture into our area. So you can see we didn't see much today on the local radar, but things will be changing as a front will be moving in. So we take a step out, you can see that all these clouds and moisture will be filtering into our area by tomorrow afternoon. So be prepared for that when you head out tomorrow, that you bring your umbrella along. Currently it is 77 in Thomasville, 79 in Bainbridge, 78 in Marianna, and it is also a toasty 80 degrees in Valdosta at this hour. Our winds, as I said, are coming from the south, and they're flowing in, bringing in the humidity along with it. 7 in Tallahassee, 10 miles per hour up in Bainbridge, and 9 in Marianna at this hour. Our future cast, you can see we have those nice dry conditions tonight for Halloween. Those pumpkins are going to sit nice and toasty, but they are going to be pushed out of the way as this cold front moves on in, bringing in a lot of rain with it. Now there is a potential for some severe weather, but luckily most of that will be to our north, so we will just get a little bit soggy tomorrow night. So if you are going to downtown Get Down, make sure you bring your umbrella, or maybe make some other plans for tomorrow. We will have a high pressure system move in, bringing in those cooler and drier conditions. So you will have a pleasant day tomorrow for the game. Tomorrow night, you'll be good to go for kickoff. So have no worries. As we take a look at tonight's forecast, it will be 67 degrees. Those clouds will be building, and it will be a little bit muggier. So I hope that you have layers to your costume. our boating forecast for tomorrow will be a great day. Make sure you exercise caution though, because there will be a scattered thunderstorms out as that cold front moves in, bringing on some stormier conditions. So a great day, maybe not, maybe not. Tomorrow, 83 degrees, those clouds will be building and those showers will be likely around the afternoon. So if you do forget that umbrella, you have the chance to pick it up tomorrow afternoon. And our 7-day forecast, take a look at that. We really have nothing to worry about Saturday evening for the game. We'll be reaching 76 degrees. The only thing we'll be getting is a win against Miami. Let us send things over to Jay and Shane Gandalf at the desk. Hey guys.
Thanks, Nicole. Our first story tonight is a rather serious tropical matter in the northern Philippines right now, Typhoon Crosa.
Yes, Typhoon Crosa is going to make its way to the Philippines' northern Luzon Island, and then it will begin making its track to Vietnam on Friday.
Yes, it will. We're sending a warning out to Vietnam. Be prepared. For now, Typhoon Crosa is unleashing its fury on the Philippines' most northern island of Luzon, and it will begin its journey toward Vietnam tomorrow.
Yes, the heaviest rainfall will be northern Manila at right now. They're expecting 5 inches of rainfall over there.
Yes.
So that's very severe right now.
Yes, possibly up to 10 inches locally, and winds in excess of 100 kilometers an hour. That's 60 miles per hour. So very strong tropical storm strength right now. And we definitely send our best to the northern Philippines. Hope everyone gets through Luzon safely. And now we're going to send it out to the wall with team leader Pete.
Hey, thank you very much, Shane or Gandalf. I haven't quite decided, but let's take a quick look around Florida's net cams. And they say, what's my Halloween costume? Well, I'm a meteorologist. That's, of course, what I am. Here we go. This is a tour of our little net cams. I'd like to pull up this one right here. Pensacola, not quite birding in that picture, but that's right on the leading edge of that rainfall. That rainfall, which is ahead of our next approaching front. And let's see if Panama City is in that nice little dry area. I wish I was there. How about you folks? That's a beautiful picture from Panama City, 76 degrees, partly cloudy skies. A little bit closer to home, how about, well, Alligator Point? Yeah, you see those clouds filtering through, still comfortable, 72 degrees. So hopefully, if you do have these outdoor plans this weekend, front on Saturday isn't going to dampen it too much, as we're expecting that to clear out of the way for our game day forecast. College game day, of course. Current conditions around our area, 77 in our area in Tallahassee. We'll put that up for you. 78 in Jacksonville, 80 in Orlando, 81 in Tampa. So you have upper 70s in the Panhandle. Low 80s down here in the south, as beginning a little bit more muggy. That dew point's increasing ahead of the front. Dew point is a measure of our moisture content in the air, and we currently sit at 67 degrees of a dew point, which is far more muggy than we have been the last few days. And that's all increasing ahead of the front with the southerly flow over the Gulf, bringing in that moisture. Our satellite and radar looks clear over the most of the peninsula. However, you see knocking on our doorstep those clouds and embedded few showers there in the Panhandle that will be moving our way a little bit later. Here, though, Bay County and, of course, Pensacola, Eglin Air Force Base, seeing a little spotty activity moving in from south to north from the Gulf of Mexico. Move it east just a little bit to our capital city right there. We're all in the clear. So it should be clear conditions tonight for those trick-or-treaters. You can get in those Halloween festivities with no fear of rain, although the clouds will be increasing tonight, keeping our overnight conditions muggy in the upper 60s. Widen out our picture here for our futurecast radar. You see as the front approaches, strong band of showers and thunderstorms moving from west to east, going to impact our Tallahassee region afternoon tomorrow. So you see the time right here. Friday at 12 p.m. right here at the western edges, probably Blountstown, also westward on I-10, looks like a wet commute. And then afternoon, say 2 o'clock or so, is going to approach our area in Tallahassee as it moves again from west to east and probably weakens a little bit, widens out to the whole peninsula of Florida from Pasco, Hernando, and Citrus, southward to Fort Myers. Looks like a wet evening overnight Friday and into Saturday. Overnight tonight, what can we expect? About 67 here in Tallahassee, 63 in Jacksonville, and 70s will be confined just further south. Tomorrow's forecast, rain abundant from Pensacola eastward, and the sun pops out in Jacksonville, but you can expect right about 82, maybe 83 degrees, of course, before that begins to wind its way inward. That's all for around Florida. Let's go ahead and send it to Tawana locally with a little bit of a miscellaneous segment.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you, Pete. I'm going to start off by telling you guys about the storms that have come into our area, that will be coming into our area. Currently in Mississippi and Louisiana, there's a tornado watch box. So that means there's not a tornado on the ground, but there is the chance of a tornado. So they will be watching out for that tonight. It's going to be a very spooky, scary night. Not the greatest Halloween for the kiddies over there. The lighter greens are the watches, the flood watches, and the brighter greens are the warnings. So the people in the area of upper Louisiana and western Mississippi will have to deal with that that tremendous amount of rainfall along with the front. And that front, as you can see here on satellite and radar, is just scooting its way on through eastward. Eventually, Friday night and into Saturday morning, that rain will be affecting us. So if you are deciding to go to the Rivalry Music Festival Friday night, I know I am. You can't bring an umbrella, but make sure you have your poncho and your boots and such, so you're ready to have an awesome night, even though it will be raining. But if we scoot on through, you can see the water vapor associated with that front, and that moisture is just moving eastward and will bring us more muggy conditions into Friday during the day. And by Saturday morning for game day, the mugginess will be gone, and by game time tomorrow night, Saturday night, absolutely perfect. If we look at the rainfall since midnight along the front, Tupelo, 1.10 inches of rainfall. That's a lot of rain. And over in Shreveport, almost 2 inches of rain. That is just a tremendous amount of rain, which is why they're having those flood watches and the flood warnings. Although the front is scooting its way, there's no airport delays around the region. Just calm skies for now. If there is a little bit of turbulence, if you do decide to take a flight, so be aware of that. That automatically comes along with any front that is in the region. Currently around the area, 77 here in Tallahassee, capital city. Dothan is a little bit warmer, it's 78, and Montgomery is sharing that same temperature. Tonight, however, a little bit cooler, but the moisture will be slowly creeping its way in. 76 for tonight's low here in Tallahassee, 73 Panama City, 72 in Pensacola, and Montgomery, a little bit cooler at 76. The front is slowly moving its way over, so Meridian, they're having the coolest temperatures of the southeast region at 57 degrees. Futurecast, you can see the storm slowly scooting its way through, starting right now at 7 p.m. It's over Tupelo and affecting New Orleans, but as it scoots on eastward, by Friday around lunchtime, prepare for the rain. And for tomorrow, high of 82 here in Tallahassee, 83 in Valdosta, and 82 as well in Albany. But I'll send it back to Jay and Shane at the desk.
Thanks, Tawana. And now it's time for everyone's favorite segment on the FSU Weather Show. And have we got some Halloween weather history for you? Jay, I believe our first record was for the driest Halloween.
Yes, it has been. So far, in Charlotte, North Carolina, in the year 2000, they had the driest on record, no rain at all in October.
Yes, it was a similar story in 1963 in Philadelphia when they had 28 consecutive days without rainfall, the longest stretch ever seen in Philly for any time of year. Fortunately, they did get rain the next day after their trick-or-treating.
Yes, thankfully. And our last story is Birmingham, New York. 1983, they had a record of 6.2 inches of snow. That is very interesting there.
And talk about your chilly Halloweens.
Yes, but let's get off to our own Miss Storm with our final local of the night.
No stormy conditions right now, guys, but as soon as that front moves in on Friday night and into Saturday morning, the stormy conditions will be here. Trust me, I know I control the weather. 77 right now here in Tallahassee, partly cloudy. Dew point of 76, so that humidity is relatively high and will be getting much higher. Around the Big Bend region, just broadening our view a little bit, 77 in St. Mark's. Twin temperature over in Carabel at 77 as well. Wilma's a little bit warmer at 80, so they're kind of hot right now, and 79 in Bainbridge. So it's going to be relatively warm for the trick-or-treaters that are going out right now. Winds coming off of the Gulf of Mexico. That is just bringing in the moisture before the front. So we have the moisture off the Gulf, the moisture off the front. That's a lot of rain that's coming our way, guys. This is going to be very just sticky for tomorrow and into Saturday morning. Winds relatively strong, 4 miles per hour in St. Mark's, A little bit higher, 7 here in Tallahassee. And Bainbridge is feeling a wicked breeze at 10 miles an hour. Dew points, as I said, just increasing along the day. Starting at 4 p.m. today, 46 was the dew point, and right now, well, excuse me, 46 was yesterday, and it's up to 64. That's a lot of moisture that's coming into our area, guys. I'm telling you, that rain is on its way. Satellite and radar is showing the clouds scooting into our area, bringing that ghoulish weather. Not the best weather to be experiencing tonight. It will be dry for the trick-or-treaters, so if moms and dads out there, just bring an umbrella just in case there's a slight shower, but the real rain chance comes in tomorrow, so pack that umbrella and those ponchos in the kiddies' backpacks. Futurecast shows right now for Halloween, dry temperatures. Like, the leaves will be cracking, the fire will be going, the ghosts will be out. They have no rain to worry about. But for tomorrow, the moisture will be increasing as that low pressure and that front scoots on through. So tomorrow, as I said, bring your umbrellas, your rain boots, your ponchos, your hats, anything you need. For rivalry especially, remember, no umbrellas, but bring the ponchos. As that cold front scoots on out of the area, high pressure, cool and dry. Absolutely perfect for game time. Tonight, 67 for our low, clouds building, muggy, scary, perfect for Halloween. Tomorrow, high of 83, 60% chance of showers, isolated thunderstorms. There is that chance of more strong storms, so be prepared for that. And for your 7-day forecast, trick or treat, guys. After that rain goes out, the real treat comes in next week when there is no rain in sight until Wednesday. Send it back to Gandalf at the desk.
Yeah, thank you again, Miss Storm. And now we're going to list off for you a couple Halloween activities, family-friendly, going on around the capital city tonight.
Yes, indeed. All you ghosts and ghouls out there that are looking for a little fun today, we have some for you. We got first one in Cherry Laurel Halloween Carnival. And it's going to be on 10,009 Concord Road, so that's going to be a very interesting festival indeed.
Yes, also the Family Fall Festival at Thomasville Road Baptist Church later this evening, and also at Publix they've got trick-or-treating.
Yes, from 4 to 7 tonight, they will be trick-or-treating for all the little kids out there that want some candy. You can definitely go there. They will provide you with some.
Yes, and last but not least, Malloween at the Tallahassee Mall, where they will be holding a trick-or-treating event as well. Let's get down to your trick-or-treating forecast. It's going to be muggy tonight, and then a system's going to come charging into our area like a mountain troll.
Yes, 6% chance of rain tomorrow, and for the game day, when we play against Miami, no rain expected, but early on, make sure you have the umbrellas handy.
Yes, as you're moving around at game day, but remember, no umbrellas in Doak. And as always, you can follow us on social media at Facebook and Twitter, and watch us anytime at livestream.com/FSU Weather. Thank you for joining us this Halloween. I am Shane Pendleton as Gandalf.
And I'm Jamar Kimball as the Assassin Army.
Have a good evening.